Hey guys, it's Miss Ball. I am here to give you a tutorial of sorts on how to use the kindergarten packet. The kindergarten packets will be available to pick up on Monday beginning at noon. And in the packet are some really good quality materials that your students can do independently. There's also some things that if you just give them a quick overview, they should still be able to do on their own. And there's a couple more things that are a little more involved. So I wanted to work through the packet with you guys and show you what we have. So the first thing I want to go over are the completely independent pieces of the packet. So we have this page, if you want to find this page in your packet. This is just letter matching, uppercase to lowercase, front and back. Then on the next page, you have beginning sounds. And it has the pictures. Some of the pictures, the kids might need you to tell them what it's a picture of, but for the most part, they're pretty self-explanatory. So this piece can be done at any time over the next 2 weeks. And like I said, it should be completely independent work for your students. Another letter matching. These are all animals that begin with these letters, and they're just going to draw lines to match the picture to the letter. And the last piece that should be completely independent for your student is this sight word roll, read, and write game. We play this game often in class, and it's all 40 of our sight words, and they're just listed on multiple pages. And so once your child fills up the first page, they can go on to the next page. The only thing you will need for this activity is one die. You can just pull it from a game that you might have already. And your student should be able to roll the die. They roll a 3, they read the word the, and then they write it in the space. So those are just some activities that can be done completely independently at their own pace whenever you need something for them to do, something to engage them. Those are completely independent activities for your student. Some of the other activities that we've included in our packet for you are a couple of, like a pick and choose bingo type board. There's different activities listed, and you can cross them out, you can color them when you do them, you can leave it blank and come back to it more than once. Some of the examples are set the table for meals at home, practice tying your shoes, count to 100, count backwards from 20. So they will need a little bit of direction on these calendars or these bingo cards, but these are fun interactive activities for you to do together. We have a couple more calendar type or bingo type charts for you to do. Language levels and phonological awareness. Again, just easy activities. These are fun because they have the days of the week listed across the top. And it gives you just different ideas of things that you can do at home. We will be providing you with scissors and glue, so if any of these activities ask you for those, you should have them. We have another couple charts. This one is for fine motor practice, something we can still benefit from even as we get ready to head into first grade. Some of the fine motor skills might be threading beads onto a shoelace or a spaghetti noodle that hasn't been cooked. Placing toothpicks through small holes. So if you have a colander at home and you have toothpicks while you're cooking, your student can sit in the kitchen or the dining room nearby with the colander, and they can place toothpicks in the colander. That's really good, strong, fine motor work. So there's a lot of different choices for you on there. On the back of that page are some word work ideas. You can, if you have Play-Doh, you can use the Play-Doh to form words with your Play-Doh. You can also use, if you have sand, a spot in your yard that has sand, you can use a stick and write the sight words, write your name, write the alphabet. Just a lot of different word working ideas and fine motor ideas. While we are social distancing, one of the main groups of people that we are distancing ourselves from are our grandparents, and I know that my children's grandparents miss them terribly, and here's just a list of ideas of ways you can keep in touch with grandparents. My boys have already started to do some of these things. the one they liked was interview your grandparents over the phone. And so my boys, they formed a list of questions they wanted to ask my parents to see how things were when they were a child. So it was really nice to see that interaction between grandchild and grandparent. So those are just a couple interactive pieces to your packet. We have also provided for you a list of online resources. These are the websites that we use a lot in class. Your students should be very familiar with them. YouTube, which is where you will find all of our lessons starting April 13th. Let's see. So on YouTube, there is something called Alpha Blocks, Number Blocks. Jack Hartman, he has a lot of really good quality songs for students our age. The Learning Station, as well as Go Noodle and Cosmic Kids. Go Noodle has a lot of learning songs for the kids that they really like, and Cosmic Kids is yoga for kids, and it's pretty nice. It helps bring their calm and center their energy. So if you're working from home, those are definite websites you want to check out so you can actually get some stuff done. Also in your packet, we have a little how-to on how to access iReady from home. And we also have included your student number as well as their password, which is their lunch pin. So each packet is individualized to your student. We've also included their QR codes. So if you have a camera on any of your devices, they can just hold up their card and that will log them into their class link from home, and they can access lots of different resources within their class link. All right, so that is the things that you can use for the next 2 weeks while you are also working on the packet provided from Leon County Schools. Again, none of this is mandatory. You don't have to do it. The Leon County Schools packet is required. However, our packet is just some extra resources if you would like to use it. Now, we have also included some things that you will be using in your online learning piece. Beginning April 13th, you will be accessing our YouTube channels where we will be doing our Wonders reading lessons and our Go math lessons. We have also linked different websites and videos that you will watch for the science and social studies portions of our lessons as well. If you have not yet had a chance to visit our website, we will be sending that link out as well. So some of the stuff that you will be working with during the online portion, you will be using our Wonders Your Turn practice pages each day, and we will let you know which pages you will be using each day. But those Your Turn practice pages look like this. It's a packet and a decodable book. So you will not do this whole packet in one day. It's one page per day, and then the decodable book on that 5th day. Again, we will give you in a lot of detail what pages to complete when, so don't worry about that. That's after you watch our YouTube lesson. You'll complete the Your Turn practice pages. Now, during our math lesson, you'll watch our math lesson on YouTube. Each day, we will complete a number of the day. We'll work through this together. We'll put a number here. Your child will list the number that comes before and the number that comes after. They'll tally mark however many we choose. You'll write the word. We'll work on practicing that word together. You'll count out how many. You'll draw the number. You'll draw, not the number, you'll draw items that match that number. So if the number of the day is 5, you might draw 5 flowers here. And down here in the 10 frame, if the number is 5, you will color just 5 counters in our 10 frame. Each day, we will complete a number of the day. You'll watch our Go Math lesson on YouTube, and then each day we will have a work page from our Go Math packets. So, reading. Go over that one more time. You'll watch our lesson on YouTube. You will complete one page from the Your Turn practice page, and then on the 5th day, we'll read this decodable together. Go Math. You'll watch the YouTube math lesson. We'll complete a number of the day, and you'll have one math page. Okay? Now, in addition to those, we have given you some items to use for extra practice. Again, not mandatory, but it's good practice for the kids while they're away from school. We've done a sentence of the day for you, and it's bound together here. So the sentence of the day we decided would be good practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will pull out this sentence of the day packet along with these sentence starters, which will be bound together. Your child will then choose any of these sentence starters. There's 16 of them, front and back. Any of the sentence starters, they're going to write the sentence. They're going to fill in that blank. I have a dog. Your student should be able to sound out the word dog. Once they have written, I have a dog, do they have a capital letter? Is there punctuation at the end of period? Are there spaces between words? That is something we are always working on, using those finger spaces between words. And did they use a describing word? Ooh, did I use a describing word? Let's go back. Look at the dog. What if I said, look at the brown dog? I've used a describing word, so you can get that last part down here. And then you're going to draw a picture of the brown dog. I think I did a different sentence. Sorry. I have a brown dog. Anyway, so let's make sure that we're following all of those key details in our writing. And it's really good practice for our kiddos at this point in the year. And like I said, we can do those things on Tuesdays and Thursdays right after you have completed your My Turn practice page. Okay? In addition to the sentences of the day, we have a draw the words as well as a draw the sentences. Okay? So it's bound together. So on the front of each booklet, you've got draw the words, and then on the back is draw the sentences. Now, where will you pull those words and those sentences from? We gave you guys a list of consonant, vowel, consonant words. Consonant, vowel, consonant words. So your child will sound out these words. They will choose, let's look at these directions. They will choose 6 CVC words, okay? They're going to write the words in these small spaces, just 6. There's dozens of words to choose from, just 6 of the words. They will sound it out, and then they will draw a picture, okay? Once they have chosen the word, I suggest you cross it out so we're not using the word cat over and over and over again. On the back is where we will draw the sentences. On the back of those CVC words, you've got sight word sentences. These sentences are made up of our sight words. Let's look at this first one here. I can see let's go with dog again. I can see a dog. They're going to choose 2 of these sentences. Look at the cat. All right. So the first one, I can see a dog. Draw a picture of you looking at a dog. Look at the cat. Draw a picture of you looking at the cat. Good practice, especially at this point in the year. They should be able to sound out those CVC words, those sight word sentences, fill in the blanks, create their own sentences. All right. Having fun yet? Okay. So lastly, we have been doing character education in our classrooms. Each month we have a different character concept word. Our word for the rest of March, still March. Our word for the rest of March is the word honesty. So we have been talking about honesty in our classrooms before we left for spring break. This page will finish up March for you. So if you want to begin maybe 1 page per week of the next 2 weeks, so you can continue that conversation about honesty, things that are honest, things that are dishonest. They're good conversation pieces. We've been talking a lot about when you're honest, is it something you say or something you think? A good example we use in class is, ew, that drawing is really ugly. Now, the drawing might be ugly, but is that something you want to tell someone? Sure, you're being honest, but that's not something we say. We just think those things, okay? Our word for next month, April, we actually have 2 words. We have compassion and empathy. 2 words that I think we could really hold on to, especially with what's going on right now. So we have a couple different things to carry you guys through the month of April, and you can choose to do these whenever you want. You can plug them in right after they watch their social studies lesson. You can do it right before bed. You can bring this to the room. You can talk about these things, read your story before bed, and then pull out your character education pieces. This packet's called What Happened, How Would That Feel, and How Can I Help? And these just give you some scenarios. The kids are just going to draw their responses on how that would make them feel, how they could help, what happened, and they're just different scenarios. One of your friends is having a really hard day. He got in trouble at home and he forgot his homework and lunchbox. He's feeling super sad. So their response might be, how can I help? Well, he forgot his lunchbox at home, so that you might encourage him to try the lunch in the cafeteria that day, and you draw a picture of helping him choose what lunch he would like for that day. So these are all really good conversation pieces. We have a second one that's just discussion. There's no drawing. There's no real answers, but just a conversation between the 2 of you. Malik was at the park with his dog Shaggy. Shaggy ran away, and they still haven't found him. You could lead off with, well, what happened? How would that make you feel? And how can you help? So you might help Malik look for Shaggy, the next day. So just some character ed pieces. And the last thing is, how can I show compassion? And it's just a little book. Again, to help stray animals, I'd like to help elderly people in my community. I'd like to, this one's hard because we can't visit the elderly in our community right now, but maybe there's something you can do in your neighborhood. If you have an elderly neighbor, you can maybe walk by and wave, sing them a song, something. And lastly, we talk a lot about how we're feeling. And so this kind of helps us check in. I just realized, oh, no, it's not backwards. Kind of helps us check in each day with how we're feeling. It gives you a rating. How are you feeling today? And it gives you some questions. What could you say to a friend who is feeling sad? There's some mindful exercises, rainbow breaths. Start with the first color of the rainbow. As you inhale, fill your mind with that color. Just some fun stuff. Draw a picture of someone being helpful. You could draw those nurses and doctors who are being super helpful right now. And this goes for 10 days, so you can do it every day if you want, or every couple days, just to kind of check in on the mental health of your student and make sure everything is going okay. And last, I think I said that was last. This is last. Each child is going to get a copy of their standards practice book. Now this, they are allowed to have free reign over. These are not going to be assigned. These are not going to be lessons of any kind. These are additional materials that the district provides for us. So if your child needs something to do, give them their math book and say, get to work. So that is kind of their free reign activity to go along with those first few pieces that I showed you in the beginning. So I think that is it. I thank you for watching. I hope that is helpful. As always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to your child's teacher. And I think that's it. I think we're going to do really well with this. I think we're all going to be okay. And you can do it. Okay, I know that it's going to be hard, especially if you have other students in Leon County schools. I believe in you. Your kid believes in you. And we're going to get through this. And hopefully things will get back to normal sooner rather than later. I hope you guys have a good day, and we can't wait to start showing you our lessons beginning April 13th.